The simplest but best piece of advice I got when I started drifting was, if you think you're going fast enough, you're not going faster. You're not going fast enough.
That's Michael Schumacher.
Was that? I don't know where I heard that.
Michael Schumacher said if you're going...
or if you think you're going fast enough, you're not.
If you're not slightly frightened, you're not. You're just simply not going fast enough. Pretty sure that's...
Will speed.
I think that's Michael Schumacher, though.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think...
He keeps quoting people, though. Like, he quoted one. He's quoted somebody who's like...
I'm not trying to. I
dude,
swear
the
to God.
internet came for him, bro. They were like, he's trying to be Eminem.
Welcome back to the #1 Drift Podcast on YouTube. I'm Dawson.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Jared Stacey.
All right. And he's actually a fellow YouTuber, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But I did just want to say, if you didn't see last podcast, we did get merch, and I'll leave that linked in the description. We got hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, fucking phone cases. I don't even remember anymore. It's been so much.
The phone cases are cheap, too, kind of, I think, compared to
like
some of the
$15.
stuff. Yeah. The one on my phone's like $50 from some chooch wearing short shorts.
I've got mine in my truck, but I never put a magnet on the back of it for my mount in my truck. But
buy the merch.
Yeah, he's got merch too, but we'll let him get to that in a second. But stick around to the end to make sure you get to the car reviews. If you saw the story, you posted a story, right? For
Yeah, always.
So post a story. You DM us the pictures of your car, your build, all that stuff, and we get to review it. But we'll get to that later. But this is Jared, so I'm going to let him talk a little bit about himself, what kind of cars you have, what you do, stuff like that.
All right. So I've got a turbo Miata that I drift. Also got like 8 Civics.
Are majority of them wagons?
Yeah, there's 4 wagons. They're EF Civics, if anyone knows what those are. But other than that, I got my YouTube, and I just work on my cars, record it just like any other person, like Taylor or whatnot. Other than that, that's me.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on.
Don't let him undersell it. His YouTube channel is lit. He like goes through and shows you how to do stuff, and like very, very informative.
Didn't you just do a video not too long ago about putting a AC unit in?
Yes. Oh yeah, I got AC in my garage. So
there you
go.
The crank trigger on the Miata was the one that I was like looking at. I was like, you were like, let's replace the crank, or not Miata. Yeah, it was Miata. Crank pulley.
Oh, on Tiller's car.
Yeah. Because one of the ones that I worked on at my house did that, and I was like, because I'm like a caveman, I don't know anything about Miata, so I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, we basically welded it and then reshaped that keyway.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Well, I do want to talk about drifting stuff in a minute, but so like if someone didn't know you at all and they went to your YouTube or your Instagram or whatever, they're gonna obviously notice the wagons, like I just said. What is the significance with the wagons? Like, why do you like them so much?
So before I got into drifting, I was a big Honda kid. I've been drifting for about 6 years. So before that, I've never had a real drive car. And that's just like the first thing I ever really modified. When I was 16, I had my first Civic. And ever since then, it was always just Hondas. I've had probably over 30
damn Hondas. Grab everybody.
But the wagons, I don't know. They come all-wheel drive. There's a couple models, and that's the one I ended up getting for my first one, and I don't know, just stuck with me.
Your first one was all-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
That's dope.
I didn't know that.
I think I had that. I've had it for over 10 years. But I ended up parking it. It's on Jackson's right now, so I need to finish it. But yeah.
That's most project ends. But so you definitely, as we mentioned, you're on YouTube. How long have you been on YouTube?
So I started last December, so that's 10 months.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
Pretty new.
Yeah. What's one thing you had to like really learn getting into YouTube? Like the biggest information you could have grabbed off of another video or like anything like that?
Audio was probably the biggest thing, getting audio dialed in. I think my first 3 videos, it was all over the place. And James Tucker texted me. He's like, hey, man, you got to get this. You got to get this guy. I'm trying to like turn my TV up and down.
I love James.
Yeah.
He's so wholesome.
Yeah, if people
I
can't,
asked him to come on. He's just too fucking busy.
oh, he's very
Well,
busy.
you know, with his mom and the house
Yeah.
and all. Yeah, I mean, he's super stacked.
James will be an awesome person on here.
Yeah, I
He's a
agree.
very interesting guy.
Oh, for sure. Dude, you know the crazy story about me knowing James Tucker is I saw him at a car show. It was an Import Alliance that they had in Nashville, and I distinctly remember he had a yellow beanie and a brown car. And like when we first met, I was like, dude, I know you. And he's like, I don't know you. And I was like, in my head, and like, you know, he's like real like that. So he was like, yeah, I don't know you. And I was like, dude, I know you. And then he on his Instagram, because I'm a fucking, you know, I'm a spook. So I went looking and I find this picture, and the picture is like I took it with my head. Like it was like the picture that I remember. He's looking, you know, he always sits real low. He's looking over the corner of his door seal. He's got the fucking yellow beanie and a rusty. It's the theme of the car is it's rust colored. And I remember being like, I fucking knew it. You know? Like I was like, I'm not crazy.
So you've known James longer than me.
I don't see. I think he was telling the truth. He really didn't know who I was because I think he's a little older than me, or at least more established in the car world than me. And so he probably didn't see me. I just remember being like, dude, that's a fucking cool ass car. But because it's, you know, it was intentionally rusted, and it was a D series and stuff. It probably didn't get as much attention as it probably ought to got. So I remembered it because I like stuff like that. And so I remember like James was like, dude, that guy's cool as fuck. And then later we ended up becoming like best friends, you know? It's pretty funny.
That's how the car world works. But what made, okay, so back to the YouTube. What made you kind of want to start creating content, especially revolved around cars?
So honestly, I didn't really know about YouTube about 3 years ago. I used YouTube for like video game stuff and music. I didn't know people did this car stuff on here. I always like had like tutorials and stuff. I didn't know people did like vlogging type stuff. So I've always done forums, Instagram, YouTube, like just picture social media stuff.
Raw shit.
Yeah. And once I started watching like Taylor Ray, Jimmy Oaks, and the Night Ride guys.
Night Ride. Finally, you don't even know who Night Ride is.
Yeah, it's true. I
But
don't.
Night Ride's like
Ride's
the
dope
main
as
reason why
fuck.
I started it, because I came across them when they were still pretty new.
Who is
And,
that?
Yeah.
Who is that?
They're from Poland, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the Polish boys.
Yeah, they have like their own little shop. It's like four or five of them in it.
Yeah, they're growing. So they're like
Yeah.
they like these stance kids that have like phenomenal at cinematics, and they
They
just
were at the
took
LZ
off.
Fest in Ireland.
But they've got into drifting. They got a 1UZ Miata. So
That's cool.
yeah,
I like one UZs.
Jeez.
Caleb's been talking about doing one of those
Miata
forever.
boys.
but yeah,
What?
I like Miatas. That's the idea that I don't like Miatas is not true. It just listen.
on the internet. It's just
you
on the
said
internet.
it to me.
Yeah, he knows. It's the truth. Dude, for all the people that don't know me, all right, is if you take a shot at me and I figure out that it messes with you, I'll just feed into it, okay? For example, I don't actually hate cyclists. I don't particularly care for people that ride bicycles and hold up traffic. I don't think that person deserves the same rights as a car. I don't actually hate every cyclist. My girlfriend is a cycling instructor. Okay, it's a joke. Okay, and so like there's this stigma about me that I'm like some V8 elitist, and I fucking don't like Miatas. Like we had two Miatas at the house at one point. Like I like Miatas. Cause I know how he is. He's gonna like cut it up. He's gonna be like, I'm like, fuck all Miatas. They're all terrible. I just know. So just so the people that actually watch the podcast know, it's not true.
what he's not telling you is
don't
those
let him lie
Miatas
to
are
you.
in the backwoods where no one could see them.
Yeah, they're behind the house.
Don't let him lie to you. He's told me specifically he does not like Miatas.
I don't particularly like stock Miatas. No, I for all the people that have Miatas that like drive them stock, it's a perfectly good car. I'm not saying it's a bad car. I just don't like stock. Okay, so for example, today Dawson runs another channel for our dealership, and he comes up and he asks me if I got an R34, would I modify it? Before he even asked that question, he knows what I'm going to say. I'm going to modify it because I'm the person. I just like fucking with shit. So I don't like Miatas because the whole thing. I don't not like Miatas, but I don't like the the broad spectrum of Miata owners that say you just don't mess with it. It's perfect from the factory. Nothing's perfect from the factory. If it was, they'd never break. That's not true. That's my point. I know you're about to hit me with the gotcha thing, okay? Gotcha, bitch. Motherfucker, dude. I don't hate Miatas. I just don't particularly like the typical owners of Miatas. They're just like S13 people. I don't like S13 owners either.
They're coming for James now. You better watch it.
He's like, James is like one of the only ones that's like, yeah, fuck it, cut it up. And I'm like, hell yeah, like that's the guy that I get along with, So that's the whole joke. I don't actually hate Miatas. They're fine. All right. God. You see, dude, this whole show is based around me having to dance around different questions that Dawson has. It's like, I'm going to put that on the internet forever. He's laughing because I'm right.
You are.
It's good content.
Anyways,
all right, sorry.
Speaking of Miatas, what made you go with a Miata as your drift car, designated drift car?
Cheap.
Used to be. They're not so
It used to be
now.
cheap. So like 5 years ago when I was trying to get into this, I really wanted a 240, but I couldn't afford a 240, and I got my Miata for $1,200 running. So
Ran, huh?
ran.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
I wish when they used to cost like as low as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought mine.
Dude, the last time I
mine.
looked, it was like for a ragged out fucking Miata that barely limps on 2 cylinders is like $4,000. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
But
sold
you can
the-
still find them pretty cheap on like 240s. Like everyone and their mama knows what a 240 is still.
Yeah.
Like and then what they're worth.
I know where I know where they're all at.
So
And I have
if
4.
you're trying to get into it, you can still find deals on Miata. There, it's rare, but it's still better chances than a 240.
That's like that thing that you cut up about me where people are saying like, where are you finding $1,000 pickup trucks? And I'm like, you just like, I don't know how to explain that to someone. Like you just have to be looking for $1,000 pickup truck.
That's street smart. You just can't teach that to people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Normally, something like to find a truck that cheap to be that good of a deal for a running driving truck.
It didn't run. You have to know some shit.
I mean, yeah. Well, that or I was gonna say know somebody that just has one.
Yeah, it needs a fuel pump. Put a
is
fuel
like,
pump in it.
He's just tired of looking at it.
Cut
Like
a
if you
hole
want to
in the
get it out of
bed.
his way, go for it.
Throw that piece out. Put a pump in it. Go. All the dude. And then
Yeah.
I was so surprised by how many people got in there. Like you can't buy a.
There was a ton.
Yeah, you can't buy $1,000 to $1,500 pickup truck worth of fuck anymore. You should just go out and finance diesel. And I was like. I was like flabbergasted, bro. I could not believe that. You're going to tell someone brand new, they've never drifted a car before, they need a diesel? Really?
Not somebody
I think
brand
the priority
new.
would be like, I don't know, a trailer or a running car. Like, Jesus, there's so many other things that you should do instead of a diesel. I don't even have a diesel,
That escalated really quickly.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, it's true though, dude. I had a almost 300,000 mile Silverado that, I mean, I had to replace spark plugs on one side, and that was about all I ever had to do on it.
You only changed it on one side?
Yeah. You think I was gonna change all of them?
Dude, that's the most me thing you've ever done. You only changed one set?
300,000 mile Silverado. You think I give a shit about it?
I mean, it's an LS.
It was
doesn't
meant
matter.
to
Just
drive.
saying.
It's an LS, it'll still run.
Yeah.
At the most, 3.5 hours to Alabama. At the most.
And then you'd have to change a set?
No, that's all it had to drive. It was that far.
Oh,
Once
that
it
was
made
the
it
far.
there and
I
back,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
I don't know. Even I change all 8, but that's just me. No hate. I was surprised. That would be like me telling you I
think it was an old farm
I bought a
truck.
puppy or something, It was like the most opposite thing you'd ever expect, You did what? I was like, yeah, dude, it's adorable. It's a Shih Tzu. That's what that sounded like to me. The fuck? I only changed 4 out of 8 spark plugs. Ugh.
I mean, it sounds like a
Dude,
neat thing to me.
the other side was, they look completely fine. They look brand new, I swear to God.
Oh, you did pull them then?
No, I pulled them. They look
okay.
great.
That's a little bit better.
I checked
That's-
them.
yeah,
I wasn't
all right.
dumb enough to not.
Hey, man, I've to get a car home, I've replaced 1 or 2 just to get it there.
I'll cut myself up. Does that work?
I'm not trying to. See, that's the difference. He does the reels, so he's constantly trying to catch me. He's gonna make a mistake.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, gotcha, bitch. And I'm not trying to do that.
Okay, it's not my fault. You say all the polarizing shit.
Dude, shut the fuck up. You still get comments.
He stays up at night and he will fucking write in his notes on his phone jokes that he just thinks about laying in bed.
I do not
to save them for another day. It's fantastic.
I do
really.
write jokes, but I don't save them for this. I just save them for other stuff, like comparisons and things.
A lot of it's mainly memes, but
that's true. All right, how hard is it to maintain consistency when you're creating content? Because for me, that's really hard. I'm really good at making content. It's just never consistent, and it's like I find something to post every day. But if you go to my Instagram, it looks like I have schizophrenia. You know, nothing is uniform.
yeah, it's not very pretty.
It's
But if you just get on there and scroll, it's funny. You know?
TikTok's hard, at least for me. I'm not that creative to like bang out a 5 to 10 second video that's gonna catch. YouTube's a little bit easier for me, just because I'm good at working, so like I can just record myself working, and then cut it up and edit a video. But TikTok has probably been the hardest one for me to actually like make consistent content. So
Dude, it's simple.
I agree. You should
TikTok
talk
is
to
all
him
young
after.
kids.
Oh, yeah.
So it like, or majority young kids. That sounds horrifying.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Stupid. I'll do my own ad libs.
But no, like for real. So it's more like children driven. So as long as cheat code, cheat code. It all relies in the first 3 seconds. If you can catch someone's attention in the first 3 seconds, they'll stick around most of the time for the entire video. As long as you're not going like 1 minute videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Normally 30 seconds is probably.
I can prove that also, because I have 3 videos that I released that don't start hot boy. They start pretty blah, and so they didn't do very good. And then the last video I had started off with me hitting a corner, and that one did like 25K.
Have you sat down and like actually compared the two?
I haven't,
and
but I'm saying what you're talking about.
distinguish like what the first 3 to 5 seconds in the beginning, like what actually grabbed your attention in that video compared to that one? Because what you normally, it sucks. But the videos that you think are not going to blow up, like whatsoever,
Always
are the
pop.
ones that blow up. And the ones that you are like full confidence in, they fucking,
Yeah,
they're trash.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it comes down to timing when you post and stuff too on TikTok. But sorry.
Okay, so
TikTok's a bitch.
yes.
I feel like I've kind of been throttled on TikTok, so I don't really take it too serious, especially since we started the
You
podcast.
don't really have to.
I don't take
As
it
long as you
serious.
post consistently on
I use it
TikTok.
for a segue to YouTube. So YouTube's my main thing, and TikTok's
Same
my
here.
side thing.
Same with it. Well, I was talking about my personal.
You better start hitting it hard on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts is
TikTok and
taking
YouTube
over.
Shorts are in a fucking war right now.
Okay, so what is one of the biggest headaches you've dealt with on a Miata? Besides, well, I guess that we covered that before we launched. So maybe the crank pulley thing, or is it something different? I always had the little flapper thing that always made me mad. It wouldn't start if it's not all the way sealed.
I feel like Miatas have a lot of little gremlins.
For me personally, the hardest thing was just fixing the rust on my car. Mechanically wise, I can't think of anything, because I've been Mega Squirt for the longest time, and having a standalone makes it a little bit easier. Before that, I did have the MAF issue. So like if the MAF was bad, the car wouldn't start at all, and that screwed me at a couple events. That's actually how I met Cameron Stone. My car wouldn't start, and I couldn't get home from NSS, and he just pulled off and loaded my car on the trailer and let me drive his car home. So,
Oh, dude, that's clutch.
Oh yeah.
yeah, Cameron's my boy.
So, do you have mechanical background, or you just learn all this by doing it? Like,
So
is your dad a hot rod guy, or what?
No, I'm all forums and YouTube since I was 16, basically learning the hard way.
Dude, 'cause that's how I was. I didn't have any influence.
Like one of my first engine swaps was an EF hatch with a B18 in it, and I filled the transmission fluid inside the drain hole and ended up locking it up because I didn't put enough fluid in there. So
In a B series,
yeah,
you can fill it from the top on a B.
well I was 17 no skills at all, by the way.
I'm not knocking you. I was just saying. I only know that because I had
on most of them,
B20
you got the drain hole, and then there's the fill hole right here. Like they're pretty close. And I
didn't know.
Just an idiot. But yeah, I mean, it ran for like a month. It just whined like a son of a bitch. But I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. My dad was like, ooh.
Because he's not a car guy either, right?
Yeah, my dad's smart, but he's not in the cars. So like, if you give him a problem, he'll figure it out. But other than that,
just like my dad, he's not in the cars either.
I mean, Fast and Furious and Need for Speed, that's what got me liking cars. And then I just went out and did it on my own and learned.
It's crazy how much those movies just changed.
Yeah.
Oh, created a whole generation,
like the
man.
whole future of cars.
So the closeness. So the math was the hardest thing to get used to before you went Mega Squirt, right?
Yeah, because it just kicked my ass. It's so I had Mega Squirt for like a year, and I was too scared to put it on. And then that math kept fuck with me. I was like, I'm just gonna throw this Mega Squirt on there, and because from the videos I watched, it seemed pretty simple. Start right up. Sure enough, because you get rid of the math with a standalone, you go IAT or whatever. So.
And it just ran perfectly after that?
Oh, yeah. So I did Mega Squirt for the first year, and I also set up my turbo kit for about a year and a half. So I did.
Big procrastinator.
I'm very timid because I wanted my seat time for the most part, and I was like, if something fucks up, I'm not going to be able to drift. So I was really trying to plan out when I was the most confident on doing it. And actually, I got my car turboed in a weekend because of James Tucker. And that was the first time I've ever hung out with James. He came over and helped me.
Dude, he built the turbo kit for Shark Car. Do you know that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. I felt so bad because like we had become pretty close friends by now. But when he was like coming over, he was like, "You got all the stuff there?" And like, dude, I literally had like the box that a LS crank comes in. I dumped it in my floor in my shop, and I filled it with everything that was turbo related, like the turbo, all the U-bends, all the stuff. I brought it over, and then I was like, "Here you go, man." Dude, you're a welder, cut and weld the stuff, And so, dude, at Casey's house at the time, they were like in the middle of remodeling the shop, and so there was no real place for him to weld. And I was like, this is how like ignorant I am. I was like, can we not just weld it in the floor? And I remember the look he gave me, but it was like literally me just like, I just didn't know. Like, that's what I would have done if I was in his shoes. I just don't know how to weld. And so I was like, well, can we not just weld it in the floor? And I remember he gave me a dirty look. And then later I was like, yeah, I deserve that probably,
Most definitely.
And then, dude,
I was there that day.
it's still on the car, dude. Doesn't leak anywhere. It's fucking mint. Works great.
Dude,
James is a killer awesome fabricator and welder.
Man. I love that guy.
I love James.
Well, so I wanted to ask this. So since Miatas do have such a short wheelbase, like how does that like act like I'm looking at getting a Miata and I have like absolutely no clue about drifting? What would make the short wheelbase like differ from a 350Z or a 240? Like how would it feel during drifting and stuff like that?
So I've never drifted a 350Z, but my first car was an S14, Raymond Gonell's car, and drifting that a couple events, and then drifting my Miata, it's like night and day. So the Miata is so snappy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can transition way faster than 240. So it takes a lot of getting used to, but after a while, that's part of the reason why I love the chassis.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
More control because it's sooner. You can do it sooner.
I feel like it catches a lot of people up because they don't expect it, especially when they're trying to chase you. I mean, my car's not fast. I'm not a really good driver, but I can pull away with some people. I can pull away with some people because I don't think they expect the snap of the transition and then my car to grip up and go. So I think that's where Miata's really shine. And I mean, Taylor Ray's shown that clip and stuff. So.
Oh yeah,
That drives
that car's a whole weapon, bro.
fucking phenomenal.
But it takes a second to get used to.
Yeah.
So I mean, it took me a while. I've seen a lot
Does
of
it have
people
a lot of self steer and stuff?
Yeah.
It looks like when James drives, it looks like he's just kind of guiding the wheel. He's not even really driving the car.
He has like the Wise Fab equivalent though, right?
Oh yeah.
He has like the expensive kit.
He has the big dick kit.
Yeah. So
What is the name of his kid? Do you know?
Zerk Fab.
yeah, it's Zerk Fab, I think.
But Zerk Fab is not good as a company.
Oh, everyone here was like,
Explain that.
There's gonna be a lot of controversy off this.
"You think so?"
100%. It's in all the Miata Facebook pages. There's always this fight against Zerk Fab's the best, and then blah blah blah. But his business, he does not run it well, or at least he hasn't. He might have gotten better, but
Is it
I
one of
think
those,
James
Why, though?
waited like a 6 months or a year for his stuff, and I got my Destroy or Die stuff from Britain in like a week. So
Damn.
and it's I mean the Zerk Fab is like more pro spec,
level.
pro am stuff, but at the end of the day, not most Miata guys are looking to do that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's like the Hennessy problem. He's like, dude, he makes some of the baddest cars on the planet, but dude, if you watch any kind of YouTube videos, he just doesn't run that business the way he ought to, you know?
Yeah.
Like people will have their cars not done for 2 or 3 years in a row. I've had a guy's car for a year and I'm just one dude, you know? Yeah. This dude's had cars, he's got a whole fucking company. It's like, dude, get it together, man, you know?
Yeah.
I just talk shit about Hennessy. What about that, internet? That's true, though. I'm not lying, though. That's the truth. He really, like, there's a whole bunch of things where he's, like, screwed people out of money and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, your car's not going to be done for 5 years, releases the F5. It's true. And I love all their cars, and all their videos are shot with, like, AC/DC. It's awesome, but it's just like, dude, I don't know, you know? It's a very me company, but I don't like fucking people.
So every car kind of has one. Like, what is that one thing for a beginner you have to do to a Miata? Like you suggest at least you have to do for drifting. Whether it be a part or a swap, maybe.
No, they don't ever think that.
Sad face.
I mean, turbo kit helps, but I think the first thing would definitely lowering it and then welding the diff. Don't get a torsion. Save your money.
Is that
What's the?
is that a rear end?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So the torsion is
That's what I
the
was gonna ask.
I think it's the MB diff or like the 98 and up diff or something like that. But it's basically an LSD. It's what James had before he got his fancy two-way.
Oh, dude, that thing is.
So they don't
spicy
lock
Miata.
up consistently. So it'll end up screwing you. You're like, oh, I suck at drifting. Well, no, it's probably your diff. So
Yeah. Welded is the way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
and
I
if you plan on
suggest
going
welded.
turbo, just go ahead and find a 1.8 diff and drive shaft and weld.
Why
that.
though? Is
The 1.6 can't
too much
handle it.
torque?
It'll end up blowing up if you go turbo. So
there you go.
The drivetrain, not the engine.
yeah. So the yeah.
That's what I
I was
figured.
just,
But
I was just saying,
clarification.
yeah,
Sorry.
because
yeah,
on the internet they're gonna be like, whatever, bro. The 1.6 is just as good as the 1.8. You just gotta run an air
They'll
filter.
probably say the same thing about the diff, but don't waste your time.
Attaboy. Tell them what's up. All right. What is one of the biggest mistakes people make with Miata drifting? Like, what's one thing you've like, because you've been in drifting for a while, so you see someone with a Miata, they go out there and you're just like, man, I don't miss doing that. You don't have to give us names, but it'd be cool if you did.
Gotcha, bitch.
I mean, I can't really think of anything because Miata's just now started getting popularity at the track. For the most part, I see people struggling with the snappiness of the car, and that I don't know what to tell you to really get over that, other than
Hold the steering wheel harder, bitch.
fucking hit the gas pedal more. I don't know.
Attaboy. Yeah, so
No, I think the biggest thing, especially if you don't have a turbo one, clutch kick all day. I mean, that's beat the shit out of your clutch.
really wear it out, huh?
Yeah, if I wish I had old videos before I got into YouTube and was drifting, you could hear my car going.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna suggest that, what clutch do you suggest people run?
This will get more controversies. I used to be really broke before I got my big boy job. So I had an eBay XDD clutch, and I wore that thing out, and actually it lasted pretty well for I think they're like $150.
You get a season out of it?
I was about to say how many seasons?
I mean, it lasted until I turbo, so probably like 3 years.
Dude, yeah, that's really good. What's the name of the brand?
Jesus.
XTD. It's like the off-brand Exity. So,
eBay that motherfucker up.
I mean,
it didn't feel any like vibrations or anything. Like it's a cheap, unbalanced.
no.
It all feels good if you're at $7,000. Fuck.
I mean, I still have
you
it.
go, bucko.
So I took the actual clutch disc and got it redone by Tennessee Clutch. So
Dude, those guys keep,
Boom.
yeah, those guys have
Love
done a
them.
bunch of them.
yeah, I just told him, I was like, this thing's gonna take a lot of beating, make it good. So
Yeah, the LUK that was in my car before I went turbo did 2 seasons. And I'm not a huge clutch kick person because I've always had enough power. And when I played video games, I always had enough power. So I never really needed to, and
I was big on clutch kicking because I gripped my
never,
Z up as much
lived
as
that
I
life.
could.
So like whenever I watched Casey do it, it was always like, he was like, "Hana, hana, 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 hana," and I was just like, oh my God, but then finally,
The first time I had to do it I think it was at Mid Pond where I really had to fucking do clutch kicking a
'cause
lot.
it's a technical.
Yeah, and that was
very
before they
technical.
widened it too. So, dude, I felt like I was just killing the car. I felt so bad every time I was doing it until like a couple laps in, where I was like, okay, it can just take it and take it,
Yeah, we'll
and
be
take
fine.
it and take it.
Yeah, especially NA.
yeah, NA is a little bit easier. The clutch that's in my car now is a spec 1500 twin disc, and so it's the whole selling point, or maybe it's an 1100 twin disc. I don't know. I can't remember. It's one of those two though. I bought it secondhand, sent it to spec. They rebuilt it and then sent it back. So I don't remember which one it is. Anyway, the whole point of the
Doesn't
clutch,
matter.
I couldn't remember. I just know it's like supposedly the dude told me I could do 1200 dead drop hooks. That's what he told me. So it's gotta, and like there ain't no fucking way my piece of shit ZL1 trans is gonna hold to a fucking dead drop hook. So who cares, right? So I was like, oh, it'll be perfect. So I put it in expecting it to be like, I'm gonna like get jerk off muscles on my left leg from pushing this clutch in. Dude, I can push it with my hand. It's like lazy. It's like really lazy engagement.
Yeah.
I adjusted it out to see if it changed. I even changed the slave on it to see if that changed. Nothing changed. It's just a squishy.
The slave didn't change it.
Nothing
Different bore
changed.
size.
I didn't change bore size. I just went to a brand new one.
You'd have to.
I'm just
change the
saying,
bore size.
because I have
Get
the
a little
one
stiffer.
that they suggest you run, but I had 2 because remember I'm building the rally car. So I had a spare and I put that in, and I'm thinking like, okay, maybe that one was like wore out. I'm not very smart with cars, so I'm just like a part swapper at first, And so I'm like, all right, it's going to be different this time. Bleed the clutch, same shit. And I was just like, okay, well, fucking, maybe that's just what it feels like. And then I went out and I did a couple pulls on 7 pounds. And then midway through a 4th gear pull, it burned up the boost reference line. And so I went from 7 pounds to 17.6 pounds and fucking smoked knocked the tires at 100. Like I was like, and like smokes the wheels. And so I'm like, oh, and this is how you know that I'm like the least mechanically inclined person in this room, is because I didn't even question that. I was just like, oh, wow, you're in a good mood. And that was the end of it. I didn't think anything else about it. I drove it around for 3 more days like that before I opened the hood. I was like, dude, something's going on, man. You're making way too much happy noises. And I was like,
That makes sense.
yeah, but so it grabs and it stayed alive. So I don't know if it's, I don't know. Anyways, the point of my story was like, I have run eBay parts my whole life, and then I put a really expensive part in and I don't trust it.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, I was just like, it's going to go out. I know it is. It's going to go out, and I'm going
Fast as fuck, boy.
to burn that piece of shit to the ground.
So I did think of something for your question.
Oh, even better.
So after you get like that, the welded diff and whatnot, my buddy Raymond ended up meeting this Japanese guy when we got back into drifting, and he was here on contract working, and he had his own little S13, and then he was drifting and whatnot, and he came over to me, and I remember this was specifically because I was talking to him about turboing, and he didn't have really good English at all. I remember him going, "Angle, you need angle." So I think an angle mod would probably help with the snappiness, because the snappiness always over rotates too much, so it can help you catch it.
Yeah. Even from the jump, like as soon as you start drifting, or just kind of trying to learn stock, or just jump on it.
I think jump on it, because yeah.
Just that complicated factor. Just that irritating, I guess.
It's very irritating.
Sure.
It is, yeah.
The little amount of angles these have, it gets very irritating. What would you say is like the biggest mistake that people make with Miatas for drifting alone?
Too much too soon? Like, is it like one of those things where they do welded diff, then angle, then e-brake, and think they're going to go out and shred, and they don't leave it alone?
I've seen a lot of people that like, I frequent a lot of the events here. So when someone new shows up, especially a Miata, I'm like, you're new. I see a lot of turbo Miatas come out and they just don't get it. They're thinking this turbo Miata is going to do great, but they are all over the place. They can't hold a drift or anything. So I personally, because I mean, I might be jaded because I started with no power. I think not going turbo, at least maybe if you had like a sim experience or something, but going out there, just no experience, it's going to kick your ass for a while.
I agree.
What's the translation? Like, why when they're new they just what is it that's not clicking?
I think with the power it amps that snappiness. So you're going in and then you got all the power. You're like
yeah. As soon as you touch the gas, it just wants to. Okay.
So they obviously don't understand the modulation that you got to do and whatnot. So
yeah, is there anything you could do as far as grip wise to kind of balance that out? To help learn, I guess.
I like running zero camber in the rear, but I think probably maybe pumping up the tires might help you out. But just don't go full matte. I mean, I think that's what a lot of people.
That was
even in A
for me.
No, I'm just strictly talking about turbo.
Oh, I was going to say.
No, in A, you're matted.
Yeah, I was going to say, in A, the trick would be don't lift, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
I tried that in Casey's car, but it was like this beat old.
The simplest but best piece of advice I got when I started drifting was if you think you're going fast enough, you're not going faster. You're not going fast enough.
That's Michael Schumacher.
Was that? I don't know where I heard that.
Michael Schumacher said if you're going...
or if you think you're going fast enough, you're not.
If you're not slightly frightened, you're not. You're just simply not going fast enough. I'm pretty sure that's
will speed.
I think that's Michael Schumacher though.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think
he keeps quoting people though. Like he quoted one. He's quoted somebody who's like,
I'm not trying to. I
Dude,
swear
the
to
internet
God.
came for him, bro. They were like, he's trying to be Eminem.
I said some Eminem Eminem lyric or something.
He doesn't even.
What did I even say?
He said, "We're saying the shit that you guys won't say." Like we're having the same conversation. You know what I'm talking about? We're having the same conversations that you're having in your garage. We're just saying them on camera. But he said we're just not afraid to say it to the world. Was the verbiage he used? And then someone was like, "Bro, think he Eminem," and then now they're gonna be like, "Bro, think he Michael Schumacher."
I think. Oh my God, yes. Okay, we did talk about that a couple episodes ago.
You know Brad Wallace?
Yes,
that with Jake Elliott.
I love Brad Wallace.
Yeah, when I first maybe my first year or two, he used to run the lines at Clarksville. And I could not figure out what was going on. I remember looking at him. I was like, can you tell me what's going on? He said, just give it more gas.
More cowbell. Yeah.
Just go faster.
All right. So Ross Chaston, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. And this is the story that I read and heard, and the two sound pretty close. And so this is what I know about it. I'm not like a NASCAR. I'm not like a, hell yeah, go left person. All right. But he was in 11th or 10th place. And in order to get into the championship, he needed 2 positions. So he dumps his car into the wall and performs a Forza move and just rides the wall.
Bell out of turn 4. He's going to do it. He's won his way into the championship.
Let's go get us a championship.
And the fight for the point right at the line. The one of Chastain past Hamlin.
It was a video game move off into turn 3. He put the car against the wall wide open all the way around turn 3 and 4.
He pulled a Nate Sargent.
Yeah, we can throw it in there.
I've never hit a wall. He pulled it.
I could see you doing something like that.
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, if we were racing and you came over the headphones and said, "Hey man, just so you know, you're fucking out of the championship unless you move up 2 positions," I'd be like, "Okay, well, as long as they can fix the car, you know, like let's get a shark car." Yeah, that would be something that I might do in that scenario. But I also, I'm not in that car and they're going a lot faster.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine if one of those walls had been a little like this,
Dude,
like the Irish
jump.
drift games,
where it was catching people.
Yeah, Yeah, that's the first thing I thought about. I was like, man, that is a smooth wall.
Yeah, could have been really dangerous. For all we know, it was all formed. You know, like they fucking they like walled it up and it's all one piece. You know, still like planetary sized testicles move. I mean, like crazy. Yeah,
And
crazy.
he didn't just jump 2 spots.
No,
he jumped like
he's in
7 or
fifth.
8.
He's in 5th.
I thought he jumped to 3rd.
No.
I read 3rd.
Okay, well maybe, but Peyton watches NASCAR and he told me 5th. But I mean,
Let us
3rd.
know in the comments if what the numbers were, because I couldn't technically find. I had to literally count the cars in the video.
No. I mean,
That's where I got the number 7. I don't know.
I meant in the championship. He's 5th in the championship now.
Oh,
where he was
okay.
going to get booted.
I meant that race.
Dude, and like I didn't watch the rest of it, but I mean he even ran into the back of someone, and I think that after he ran into the back of that guy was probably like, "What the fuck?" And then went back and watched the footage and was like, "Never mind, dude. You're
won that
fucking
one,
nuts.
buddy."
I don't want to fight you. You know, fuck that." Imagine that guy getting out and you're just like, "Hey, what the fuck? Okay, you know what? Never mind."
Well, it was cool because they had one of the videos I watched. They had all the other guys in car voice, and all of them were like, "Fuck yeah, oh, that's awesome!" Like there wasn't that much negativity. All the other people were like, just
I mean, what can you say? Like that's
from it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, how do you get? Does the car go back together? Aren't they built pretty flimsy? NASCARs, right? They're not.
Yeah, I mean the bodies are all one piece as far as I know.
So it's another body. So probably whatever that would cost. I don't even know. But
I mean, probably not even that. It's all like
some control
what is it?
arms. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, this is
I mean, from what I saw, the wheel was still intact, which was phenomenal.
Yeah. So I guess really nothing. But I mean, you know, fucking slap some duct tape on it and be like, all right.
If you're a
now-
NASCAR
now
guy,
what?
shed some light on that situation. 'Cause
Yeah, wild.
We don't really know. But okay, so you're a style guy. I wanted to bring this up. So are you any like care at all about the 400Z or the Nissan Z?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in it. I'm not a big Nissan guy, but the 400Z is pretty nice looking.
Okay. So the
Some people hate
TJ
it.
Hunt. Oh, I know.
I like it. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, how
think
could you
it's
hate
cool as
something
fuck,
that
but-
I think
came
it looks
manual?
retro.
I mean, being a manual, and that's the end to that comment right there.
Yeah.
Exactly. But TJ Hunt revealed his Street Hunter kit for that, the street car version, because we've all seen it on in FD. But like the blue looked really good on it. But did you see the kit at all? Like when
have
he
it?
revealed it? I did not, but I will look it up.
I thought it looked cool.
I don't keep up with TJ Hunt.
Dude, I've started watching him a little bit more. And I say that, I swear I say this almost every podcast, but I started watching him a little bit more, but it's like, I didn't watch him.
That's like the render of it. This is the actual photo.
Oh, I guess they just released that SEMA.
Yeah, it was revealed at SEMA.
It's fire.
Dude,
It
okay,
fucks.
so
it looks good.
The biggest thing that I hated about the stock body Z is that the side skirt's on the side because it goes up, like the black trim goes up a little bit, but he flattened it all out and he actually threw some arrow and stuff in there too. But that's the only part of the exterior of the Z that I did not like, and he fixed it with that kit. So I had to bring that up for all the boys out there getting a 400 when they actually start rolling out better.
I think they did really good with it, honestly. I couldn't find anything I didn't like about it.
I like that it's retro. I like anything retro.
Yeah, I think whoever at Nissan did that, kudos.
Yeah, agreed.
Because
I got to talk to the dude that was a part of designing it. Whenever I went and saw it that one time, the owner of our dealership had somebody from the headquarters that had a 400Z in his neighborhood to do like this little private kind of meet and greet thing. And he asked me to come out to do some media on it. But the dude that was a part of design, the main design guy, and the dude that had to control all the funding for it in the US were both there. And they were telling me all these fucking details about it. There's actually, on the very back windshield, there's a little, people have shown it in YouTube videos too, but there's a little mark on the windshield, like the stained glass. You know how Jeeps do the little Jeep in the corner? There's the same thing there, and it's just I think it's a little Z logo or something like that.
they
I
got
can't remember.
they have little Easter eggs.
And then
Yeah,
there's
little
there's an
sneak
Easter
on
egg
you.
in the trams tunnel too, I think is what he said. There's a little Z logo down there as well.
What do you think about the color choice on Jimmy Oaks's that how you say that? Jimmy Oaks? Jimmy Oaks, right-hand drive, E36. I don't know. Sorry, I have a Southern draw.
The red? Is it? I don't think. I think it's red, right? They went back red.
Yeah, it's a different kind of red though. It's a little more orange. It's like a vibrant
I haven't
red.
watched the video yet.
Anyways, he went back red again.
I think from the one clip I saw, it looked really good.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Nothing beats
Is
the
there
yellow S15.
controversial?
No, not at all. I was just, well, I mean, I'm sure there's some dweebs out there that will make it controversial just because he went back to doing red after doing a bunch of different, finally branching out.
I thought you were going to do a different color.
I personally like red. You don't see red much, especially in motorsport.
Yeah.
People
Way less
People
common
go
now.
away from it.
Being
It's
so-
expensive.
BMWs.
Red is expensive. That's the reason. Red's
is
more
very
money
true.
to fix it if you fuck it up.
So yeah, I think Spoon did a really good job.
Hell yeah.
Spoon's a G.
Shout out.
Shout
I'm
out, Spoon.
so excited for Spoon to be on the
All
channel.
right. So Dawson has this one in here as Taylor Ray's storage he did is goals. Okay. So he means like his organization of his shop. I want to backpedal that and be like, dude, what do you think about his Corvette?
Fuck you.
Dude, come on, dude. It
I had to
fucks.
put that in there.
It fucks, bro.
It's
His
sick.
Corvette is
Okay,
sick.
yeah, it does.
Cannot
Dude.
wait for him to compete in that thing.
His Corvette's done. Leroy's done. Y'all follow Leroy, right? Cletus? Mm-hmm. Oh, dude.
No, I don't.
Dude. Okay. So, okay. You really don't follow Cletus McConnell
Dude,
at all?
no, I do. I'm subscribed to Cletus, but we literally went over this in the last episode. Well, now they've seen it, but anyways,
Okay.
you don't remember, dude? If it's
dude, I'm drinking beer the whole time.
Ruby, or if it's Leroy, if it's any of the drag cars, like I've never clicked on the video. I just don't care about.
Oh, yeah. I
drag
do
cars
remember
at
this.
all.
All right. Never mind.
Wait, do you
They look
watch
stupid to me. I'm sorry. Like drag cars look goofy.
Do you watch the drag week videos though, where he's like traveling in the drag car? Those
No.
are pretty good.
Nope, absolutely not.
This is why people don't respect your Porsche opinion. Anyways.
I don't give a fuck. Porsches are ugly as hell.
Oh, no. King of the double down. Okay. Anyways,
Porsches.
dude, it went 111
faggots.
to the 60 foot. 111.
I mean, that's good, but I don't.
Dude, that's sub second and a half to the 60 foot. That's like you lift off the clutch and you're at the 60 foot.
It doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't impress me. Like the mechanics of it is cool. That's impressive, but
That's a manual car, though, right?
Yes.
Leroy's manual.
It's a manual.
That is
it's
very
a manual
impressive.
car. That's what's crazy. Is
Yeah.
it fucking
yeah,
cracked
the
off?
mechanics of it is impressive. I just
Yeah, but he goes
to
over
watch
all
a
that.
car go fast as fuck in a straight line is not entertaining. I'm sorry,
Does,
it's just not.
doesn't he holds a record? Right? Or
No, Grubworm, the Jonathan Adkins has a car named Grubworm, and it's not an LS. It's
Super, right?
No. It's an LT, like 93 Camaro, like Catfish. But dude, it's got he's somehow married into Chris at Tick Performance, and so there's some collaboration there or whatever. Dude, cracked off like a fucking 6. I don't even know the exact numbers. You can put them in, but dude, he went like 221 miles an hour in a stick shift car. That's got to be like,
Pretty
dude,
impressive.
that's got to be like you have your hand on God's dick changing gears. That's got to be what that feels like, dude. You're turning the earth backwards, bro.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
It's crazy, dude. 220? 220? 220? You don't think that's crazy as fuck?
I just said that's impressive.
Dude, 220 would be like, so if you, let's say, okay, so hold on, listen, so let's do some
He's so
fucking,
sensitive.
let's do some hokey math, right? So let's say you crack off a shitty one for a car like that. You do like a 114 to the 60 foot, which is still incredible. And then by the time you're back half and it's turned all the way up, by the time you put it in fourth gear, you are pulling more G's than you have ever pulled in your drift car. Like it's trying to put your eyeballs in the bottom of your ass. It's so fast, accelerating. Like you probably went from like 100 to like 170 in one pull. I understand that it's probably
What's
not
your
as fun.
point?
It's just crazy, bro. It's just crazy. If you watch the video of him driving that car, he like you can tell he starts opening his eyes, but it's not because he's scared. It's because he's trying to take in more information. Like his, like his natural reaction is like, "Holy fucking shit, bro!" You know, he's just it's crazy,
Grabbing
dude.
God's dick.
Yeah, dude, he's just fucking trying to change gears, man. It's crazy as fuck. Anyways, I'm sorry. Leroy's fucking sweet, dude. I love everything about that car. It's like something that I would build if I had the means. But anyways, the question was, what do you think about Taylor Ray's Corvette? Don't you think that's like the
And
nicest
his storage. Fuck you,
Whatever, man.
dick.
No, I'm very excited about the vet.
Dude, it's awesome.
I'm excited about competing in the vet.
Yeah, me too. He looks like he's really comfortable, right? Don't you think?
Well, I mean, Taylor Ray is a phenomenal driver, but as much as I like the Miata, I'm pretty sure that's been holding him back.
Agree.
From a lot.
Agree.
So
I'm calling it now. Taylor Ray. I texted you this. Taylor Ray is the next James Dean.
Maybe.
I
think he's that
I
good of a
wanna
driver.
see-
All he lacked was a proper car.
Maybe we can revisit that after a couple of competitions
Cheers to
of
that.
that. But yeah, I wouldn't doubt
telling
that. Taylor Ray is
He's a beast, bro.
phenomenal
He
driver.
can put it where he wants to put it. It's a nice car. All right, now what do you think about him stacking all the boxes in his?
So
shop?
personally, I watch those videos more than him building cars because
Do you really?
I swear to God.
Ah, you fucking nerds.
So I
love him. Bro.
I love it.
And he
So-
just redid his fucking office too. I have not seen that one yet. I can't wait.
So his attention to detail and his OCD-ness is like my inspiration for my garage.
Oh God.
All right, so
I'm like the tech guy of the podcast, if you can't tell.
oh man.
But sorry, what were you saying?
So yeah, Taylor Ray's like attention to details, OCD. I mean, that's the inspiration for like my garage. So I mean, his cars are cool and his builds are good, but personally, his videos are really long, and I have ADHD and I cannot pay attention. But yeah, when he has the AC. When he did all the AC stuff, I watched
that video.
Yeah,
I
because
did watch
I
that
want to
one.
see what he
good.
did
I
different
love
because
that.
I looked into what he was doing and I was just like, it just doesn't make sense for me. But for him, I'm sure he got an awesome discount and whatnot. So
Yeah. Well, even if it was whatever sticker, I mean, he did too.
yeah. Yeah.
It's legit.
And that's awesome in Florida. I'm sure that feels amazing in there. Yeah, but his storage, definitely want
Oh
that.
my God, I never saw that until just a minute ago. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I saw him react and I had to say something.
Oh, is it the next question?
Did you have something else to say though?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll let him finish his little mini heart attack
you
over
can ask
there.
him that one. Go ahead.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, that's actually even better. So, why do Cody Tiller and Nate not get along?
Cody and Tiller.
So
In your opinion.
Cody. Oh, sorry, I read. Okay, I see what you. Oh no, you didn't put a. Why is it underlined?
It gave me the option to underline it.
Jesus, never mind. Why do Cody and Tiller and Nate not get along? Right?
What do you think the reason is? Is it because I'm so polarizing?
No. I think y'all are all gonna hate this. It's because y'all are alike.
I also see. I don't think so. I've said that to other people. I was like, I think it's because we're all internet cunts, and then we get in there, and because we don't have the same views on one thing, we're just like, "Fuck you, no, fuck you," and then we just start throwing shit. That's what I think. So I agree with you.
I think y'all have some pretty big egos. Nate's got the biggest ego.
That's true.
But I mean, me and Cody have had some hash outs in our group message. So I mean, it's
He's
just,
your Brandon.
But I think from an outsider view, that's if y'all were all in the room together, I bet y'all get along.
Oh,
but
yeah,
the internet,
dude. When we
internet
get on,
just makes it worse.
when we go to the track, they're never rude to me. I mean,
Yeah.
they're nice to me in person.
So.
Dude, every time they're on the internet, they're just like, "Ha ha! Look at him. He's got a small dick." You know, I'm just like, you know. And then they get mad when I'm like, "No."
I think lately it's actually been mutual banter, but there has been some times where it's been like, "Oh Lord."
Yeah,
It's got spicy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So for the record, you heard it here. I don't actually hate you, Cody or Tiller. And the reason we don't get along is because you're just like me. All right. So I'm just kidding. Don't get mad. Make sure you leave more mean comments
Wait,
underneath
what was
the
that?
thing.
Oh, that was.
I don't know
You
if
want
we
to skip that?
Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah. All right. So it will. Before you just jump into it again,
right, all
introduce the shit.
I'm sorry. All right. This is the part of the podcast where I get to talk shit about subscribers. I love this part.
You're so enthusiastic.
I'm sorry. It's just like my favorite thing. All right, so this is in response to. Do we all know what we're doing now? All right, I'm gonna bash everybody. Okay, just let me fucking do my thing. Anyways, Clayton Oni X64 said. He's responding to the video where, if you haven't seen this clip, I'm kind of surprised because it went kind of viral, which I don't really understand why it's so controversial. This guy tried to like cheapskate me on interior that I was literally going to take to the dump. I was just going to either give it to Brennan or throw it away. And sorry, Brennan, but he tried to like fucking.
Oh, was Brennan the other guy?
No. I would have just given it to Brennan because Brennan's my buddy.
I was about to say that just upped the.
No. Oh, dude, we would have fucking known about that. For sure. Yeah. I would have made a big deal about that. No, definitely not. So I would have just given it to Brennan or take it to the scrapyard. I think I even asked Brennan if he wanted to buy it. And he was like, nah, not worth it or whatever. So I was like, well, whatever. I'll just put it on Marketplace. And I put it on Marketplace, and this guy comes and says he wants to, or texts me and says he wants to buy some of it. And I was like, just come get the whole thing for $100. And he's like, will you take less? And so I was like, yeah, I mean, will you bring me 2 cases of beer? How about that? And he goes, will you take 1 case? And I was literally sitting beside a fire pit. And so I got mad and petty, and I sent him a video of me throwing it into the fire pit. It was funny, right? Because I was going to throw it away regardless. I was just trying to like give somebody the hookup, you know, so it didn't get wasted. But then after he like fucked around and found out, I was like, whatever, dude. So anyways, this guy's responding to that. And he says, so you figured out it wasn't as valuable as you thought. Like $100, you fucking Brussels sprout. And then he says, seeing as how you had to burn it instead of get your price, these guys are so embarrassing to the car world. I almost had a fucking stroke trying to read your shit grammar. So I ended up going through and kind of going back and forth with this guy.
It's a long conversation.
Yeah, it was really long. And he kept calling me names and saying all this stuff. And it was really weird. And then at the end of it, I was like, dude, you're the one upset. And he said, you guys are seriously convinced that you're so important that, yeah, he had a typo. You're important enough. I'm correcting for him now. You're important enough for anyone to be mad. LOL. Personally, I think the less S13 owners on the road, the better. I guess in the long run, you did the world a service. So in summary, I was fucking right. So what the fuck is the point of this 25 segment thread? You know, a big fucking waste of oxygen, just like you, Clayton. And then, dude, look right into this. Tween, who has like 100,000 subscribers, said LMFAO, who thought it was hilarious. You know, like it's fucking so dumb.
I was actually surprised in the comments on that one. There's a lot of people that were on your side.
Yeah, because everybody knows that that's what you want to do. You want to like prove that person wrong, and like you just
majority of those people want to like be the sacred 240 people, but they also know Facebook. How horrible the marketplace is. Just outweighs everything.
Going back to Cody and you being alike, I had kind of a similar thing. I was selling like a JBL speaker, and this dude was just hounding me, trying to get like $10 off. And I was like, I swear to God, I'm about to smash this thing and send him a video. And Cody sent me $40, which is what I was asking for it, through Venmo. I was like, do it. I was like, no, motherfucker, I'm not doing it.
You didn't do it?
No.
Why not?
I get weird with money, so I sent it back to him, but I was like, y'all are the same. Like,
oh my
that's
God.
more proof.
I just sent the money back and did it.
Yeah, I didn't even need the money. I was just like, dude, there's like literally parts of pieces of plastic laying in my shop. And I was like, those are taking up fucking shop space and I don't need them. Mm-hmm. And dude, Ty Morris, I tried to give him the rest of it. I tried to give it to him and he wouldn't take it. He was like, I don't need it all.
I threw all of my Z interior in the fucking dumpster.
Yeah, I just tossed it.
I was not wasting my time selling that shit.
Yeah. All right. So what's the next thing here? Oh, dude, this was so random. This is not as negative. This is not going to be as negative. This is kind of actually going to be a positive segment because here in a minute we get to this one guy that's like, he's like, Team Us. Anyways, this guy named Chris Norton 217 said paid promotion. He's talking about us plugging Kendas, saying like, if you want a party tire, run Kendas, right? Do you agree with that?
So I don't have big boy tires yet, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah, it's a Miata.
I think only James runs them because he has the big boy fucking fenders or whatever those are.
Okay, well, so at the end of the day, run what you can get your hands on. But the topic was like Kendas are literally like it's like black magic. Like you can just drive all
Laps
day
per dollar.
Yeah,
From everyone I've heard,
you can
Kendas are the shit.
you can just drive all day long and they never wear out. It's like crazy. It's like they're made of PVC or something. So so I said that in the podcast, and then this guy says paid promotions because he goes in there and he sees where me on my personal profile and then us on the actual profile are interacting with the Kenda Tire Instagram. So he says paid promotion. And I was like, now, just because Nate and Kenda are butt buddies doesn't mean we're getting paid. And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, wait, holy shit, you think we're getting paid for this? Like, you think we're getting
that'd be
paid?
cool if they were.
Yeah, and then, dude, anyways, the reason, I know I put this in here because he's a fucking liar. So he said, say Kenda doesn't sponsor you and I will apologize. And then I responded and I said, Kenda's Tire does not sponsor us. Nate and them are friends, but no, we are no way or shape, form, anything sponsored by Kenda. And then he never fucking responded. So you're a liar.
Of course.
Fuck you. Just own it. Just say, okay, my bad. So I only put this in here with this car, which I know you're going to hate the car.
Wait, are we on car reviews?
No. I even put down here, it's not a car review.
Okay,
it's not a car review. Yeah. So I just wanted you to say, yeah, dude, fucking absolute piss missile, right? Okay, but
you can't even be mad at that.
He made a point to say, he's like, I recently started listening to you guys. It took me a little bit to really appreciate what you guys are doing for the community, as I am someone who has seen firsthand what good people can do for drifting. Okay, the reason that I included his car is because if you look at his car versus on his Instagram, how much he promotes to being out there in the world for drifting, he was like, cool, you know? And he realized that, and then I said this, I was like, yeah, you have to look past the reels, which a lot of people don't realize that the reels are meant to drive you to go watch the YouTube channel. Because if you just watch the reels,
just there to make you curious.
Yeah, it's just like two guys with horns. We're just sitting here like, I can't wait to talk shit about something. You know, like that's not really the world, you know?
It's literally any podcast.
Are you sure that's not your world, Nate?
Hilarious.
That's honestly, no. He's more like that than I am. He hates everything. I like all cars, you know? Dawson just has a certain type of thing that he likes, you know?
Dawson likes
He's
style of drifting, that's all.
Yeah, he likes style and drifting.
Exactly.
I like everything, you know? And I don't have any
Nothing
style.
wrong with either of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look, see,
assholes.
look, I even put it in here. Not in the car review. I just think it's worth looking at. Look at the car, dude. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like gnarly.
Look at the,
You'll have to get your guy to add that because it's gnarly.
yeah. It's like the fucking cage runs all the way back through the trunk. It's just,
That's a seat time car. That is sick.
for sure. Yo, boy, with like 5 Y's, trash. So you can. So his name is Yo Boy Trash. I guess he means your boy trash. So if you're just taking that in context, yeah, it is a lot of Y's. It's like, never mind, I have a girlfriend. So he says, Yo Boy Trash. That's the name of his Instagram. So if you're going to take him seriously, just remember that's the level of seriousness that you want to take. And he has a picture of what's the skeleton from the cartoon show, the Grim Reaper.
What?
Mandy.
Yeah.
Damn it,
What's his name?
Oh,
He's just Grim.
From Curiously
It's just
Colored
Grim.
Dog?
Yeah, it's Grim. Okay, so he has a picture of Grim, but like
what
the
is that
cartoon Grim, not the cool Grim. And he says, and it has 0 likes, says, every time this podcast is in my Explore page, it's just this dude, I guess he's talking about me, saying the stupidest fucking thing you've ever heard so confidently that you almost think he's right for a second.
Stupid.
Congratulations, you have found insight into my entire personality. That could be the name of my autobiography. Okay, so I don't actually remember what I said, but a bunch of people got in there and defended me and were like, what are you talking about? Like, he's not saying anything crazy. He was talking about me saying that if you're going to do a dual caliper kit for a car, just buy a kit, because making your own was miserable. Like, it sucked, you know? You can do it, especially if you're like a fab guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a fab dude, you can make that stuff. It's not going to be super hard for you, but if you've never worked with metal in your life,
For a normal Joe Blow getting into drifting.
it would suck. So just buy a
generally
kit.
want to do it, do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, his point later in the comments is that I said, don't ever try it, which is not what I said. They always like go to the extreme, you know? I was like, listen, don't do it. All right.
so sensitive.
Just do this instead, and you'll save money in the long run. Like, unless someone gives you 4 free sets of fucking rears of 300CX
The
brakes.
thumbnail of it I put was save money, buy the expensive part.
Right.
Because, I mean, in theory.
And unless
are.
you're like a fab guy, it would be saving you money. And I was just trying to be nice to new guys, and this fucking clown, I guess, tried to say that I was saying something else. All right, so... Oh, this is like a weird one. So this is on the same one about me burning stuff. He says, this only happens in the Western world, and just certain cultural ideologies.
Fuck.
Hold on. It's like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. English isn't his first language, so let's not make fun of him from that. Let's make fun of him because he's standing on the beach in one of those skirt deals. All right. So he says, just in the Western world and just certain cultural ideologies, Protestant white upper middle class Republicans, jet ski dealership owners, if you will. I got to tell you, I don't have a jet ski. I
really wish I did.
I don't particularly care for jet skis. I don't own a dealership, and I don't know what the fuck my color has to do with my opinion on burning shit. So if you'd like to DM me and try and buy some parts, I will happily burn them in my fire pit for you.
Or you could buy some merch.
Or buy some merch, yeah, and then pay me. And then I won't make fun of you standing on a beach. All right, so...
very opinionated comment.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, I don't like you because you own a jet ski and you're white. I'm like, what?
Just
What
kept
the fuck,
going
man?
and going and going.
Oh yeah, and you're like, yeah, I don't know, like that's so crazy. All right, so here we go with the car reviews. That's the end of my little segment.
Actually, so as we get into this, I saw a comment that said we're for the audio only listeners, we're not doing the best describing the car. So like,
okay,
we gotta kind of go through them, I guess. So
Was that an SC300?
Yeah, it's definitely an SC. I don't know which number it is, but
he said it right there.
oh yeah, SC400 drift car, full interior. It's got AC, manual conversion, angle kit, blah blah blah. I actually just read that, blah blah blah.
This is my favorite car.
But it's a stock 1UZ seat time car. But that's clean as fuck for a seat time
That
car.
is clean. It looks very set up. And is that orange?
A Vertex front bumper or like?
Possibly.
I can't tell.
But he's got
It'll be up here
the
so you
nice
can see it,
nice front angle. The rear is zeroed out. Looks like. Yeah, that's a solid
That's a
drift
clean
car.
ass car. It looks like it would be a good like drift week car.
And it's a one JZ or no wait
One
the
UZ. V8 noises, baby.
Dude,
Cody and Tiller.
I'm gonna give that a 9. I've always liked those. And
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
very
It's a 9.
clean.
That's probably my favorite one. I'm the one that builds these bitches.
I think what ruins it for me is the one UZ.
Really? Over what?
I think
Over
it's
what?
Cool.
JZ.
Really? You'd rather?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I mean, for a seat time car though.
No, I think the UZ is good, but it's everyone harps on it because of the starters under the manifold or whatever.
I gotta pull the intake.
Every car has its quirks. I mean, every engine has its quirks. I mean, it is what it is. Engineers suck.
What is the saying? An engineer would climb over a mountain of virgins to fuck a technician in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do you think about this car, Dawson?
This is the Z.
Yeah, what do you think?
I assume. Okay, so this has the front bumper that I want. So it's a full Vertex kit. I can tell. This is like is this a Pro-Am car?
Nope.
It's just a seat time car?
Looks like a fun car.
Just a car he built.
No shit. What's in? I see a turbo sticking out of the hood.
It's a V8 car.
It's a Turbo S.
Nice. I'm not against it. I'm not against LS. I prefer
Walking.
He prefers an RP.
You ain't wrong.
No, I did. Like,
No, that's I love it.
yeah, it fucks too. I went to his Instagram, watched a couple videos.
I don't like the
did he
blacked
send
out
this in?
headlights, but
Huh?
Did he send this in, or did you just find people?
No. You have to send them in.
Okay.
You have to send them in. And dude, it's like
So
a nightmare. You'll make a post and 20 minutes later, you'll like walk away from your phone and come back and there's fucking 25,000 new pictures. You're like, oh my God.
does he have teal faded tint on the front windshield?
I think so. I think the tint is like fade. It fades up. You know what I'm saying? Like it starts dark.
okay. There we go.
Okay, that may be just
Either
the
that,
camera.
it's either
I don't
that
know,
or it's
but
full of smoke.
That's
Either
full,
way,
that is 100%
tits.
full of smoke. That's
Okay,
a V8
that's probably
car
what it
all day
is.
long.
That's fair. But no,
But
that's
I like-
that's clean. I give that probably. I'll give it an 8 just because it's LS.
See, told you I shouldn't have told you.
And I don't like the blacked out headlights. I think that
Wait a
looks very
minute.
cheesy.
Were we supposed to be rating these?
Yeah, the other
So what
car
was the
got a
last one?
9.
Oh,
I
I
gotta
didn't
give
hear
him a
that.
9.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
999.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't even know
Right.
how we missed that.
I'm gonna give this one probably an 8. Seems like a
Damn,
pretty
we're on the
well set up
same
car.
page. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just not as overzealous as you.
So for
You're
the
just like,
podcast guys, it's got a nice livery on it too.
That is
yeah,
true.
it does have a fresh livery on it.
And what does it say? It says Fast Adams.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
looks
he
like Fast
messaged me and
Adam.
said he wanted to come on the podcast, but it had to be virtual, and I said we can't do virtual. We tried that with Matt Apple, and we barely got
It
through
fucked
it.
us
dude.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then okay.
So this is the next one.
Fuck.
So I was between posting him saying whatever.
It's an E30.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
and
my
God! Look at the fancy motor it's got in it. It's like,
Is that it?
Is that a stock 4-cylinder that comes in it?
yeah, but it's like turboed, and I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. You could go to the Instagram and read about it if you wanted to, but it's like,
That's hard to explain. This is
That's
a very,
10 out of
like,
10.
mint.
I don't know what. That's a lot of fucking pearl or flake or something in the paint. It's like a very like
So
mild
for the
purple.
non-visual people, it is everything about this car is a 10 out of 10. The bay looks good. The engine looks good. The outside looks
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he takes really good care of this car.
This is
can't tell what
this
wheels
is a
those are,
nice
but they look
style
period
slash
correct from
seat
what I
time
can
car.
see. That's a 10.
Because
I love
and
E30s.
it's
That's
also
fucking amazing.
NA, as you can tell. So that thing will run forever. It'll run all day.
Cheers to you. That's a 10 in my book.
Thanks,
All right, so you're winning so
I'd love
far.
to see underneath that car.
So, Shane Parker, you're winning so far. All right, so then we got
I've seen this car
Bad
before.
Company. Dude, it's K car.
Wait, I thought we reviewed this car.
The K car?
Didn't we do this one?
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
No, we kicked this one for the other car.
I'm a couple of podcasts behind, so I can't.
I don't
Well, you made it this time. Anyways.
Dude, I gotta be honest. I don't even care if you're mad. Like, dude, there's like 25. I'm not fucking exaggerating. There's literally like probably 2,500 pictures per time we do this that I have to sift through. So,
Oh wow. Okay, so this is either an FRS or a BRZ. It looks like stage wheels on it. They're white on like an emerald green color.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good color.
I'm colorblind.
I'm not the biggest fan of the livery. It's kind of
I don't really
kind of bland.
I don't really care for the livery. I get what you're going for, but also I'm not super
I
big
think
on
it needs more for what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I think you need.
Did you look at this bumper like zoomed in? Did you see that? His bumper is cut to fit his dash bar, and like it honestly kind of looks
It
cool.
probably is not bolted in. It probably just fits like I think what Jake Elliott said.
Yeah, actually, Casey's too.
Casey's is like that. You just
I think
slam
that's
it
who
up on
you're
there.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just posted that one today.
See,
actually.
I don't know. I feel like this is like one of the differences is like I appreciate people that do that the bumper needs to go on the car because that's what makes it a car.
Yeah.
Over people that like one of the dude. I'm not going to say any names because I can't
love
remember
that.
any names, but one of the things that will get you kicked for another car is if this car is like your car, but it has a bash bar, but the other car has a bumper cover in front of the bash bar, he's going to go on. You're not going on. Anyone can build a fucking rig in front of your car.
It sucks.
I hate that. Brandon, I'm talking to you, bitch.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon has he has just the Z car front end, which is it looks fine.
The Terminator.
Yeah, but
Mine
then it's
would
like
look a lot better now that I
like,
have
dude, like
everything
Brandon's like
behind
one of those
it.
guys. Like, I don't have any cooling problems. Like, well, yeah, the rest of us are dealing with a bumper
course,
cover,
Brandon.
Duh. So yeah,
Okay, well, what are you rating it? Go for
7.
it. 7?
Yeah,
Okay.
7. I think what ruined it for me was a spoiler.
I'm gonna go 7 too. It's just because I'm not a big fan of
well,
FRSs.
it's got the Hot Boy spoiler.
Oh,
I
yeah, I didn't
hate
even see
those.
that. It's like a big wing that you cut the fucking arms down. Be right.
But I bet that car fucked because it's got a K-swap in it.
Yeah,
right?
I bet it fucks. I bet it's
Yeah.
very cool.
Don't get butthurt.
It's a
'cause I
very
don't
good
like your
build. I'm
spoilers.
just not. I've always not
Oh, I see.
really
He's
liked
got
the
like a
look of
flame thing going on
FRSs
here.
and shit.
He's got the right direction with that.
Yeah,
With the sticker.
You're
but
on
it
the right
needs-
path. You just need some more shit going on.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you need some like that
You need it
front
on the
fender and on the
hood and
hood.
shit.
Yeah, on the hood.
All right. enough of the BRZ.
Livery on bringing it down to the front bumper will help hide some of those cuts and
Is
stuff.
it a BRZ or is it FRS or is it an 8.6?
Can't tell.
I can't
They both
remember.
look the fucking same.
I can't remember if it's turboed or not. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck me up.
Okay, so I knew that you guys would like this, and this dude's
damn.
got 2 cars.
Okay.
This is how I always
Worth
skate.
it.
This is how I skate Dawson. He's always like, "Don't put more than 5," and I'm like, "Okay." And then I'll put someone that has 2 cool cars. All right, so he has an E30, and then he has whatever the fuck this thing is. Both cars are like primo.
It's a 3 Series
primo
coupe.
cars. Everybody on the podcast knows
an E46,
I don't
right?
really like. I don't really like
It's an
BMWs.
E46?
No, I think that's a E.
E92?
Yeah, E92. I
Okay.
think might be what it is.
It's
His-
it's a 3 Series coupe. That's
This
what I know.
car,
Can you zoom in
yeah.
Click on it and then.
on the BMW?
Dude, look at that. Look at the big fucking
They're
80
both
square.
BMWs.
Is this
No,
the
I
same
know.
guy with the other BMW? They took like the same angle picture and it looks like the same.
No. This is a different guy.
Dude, that wide body fucks on that E30.
Dude.
What wide body is that?
I don't know. But it's fucking tits.
Well,
It looks
if you're
very
on the
cool.
audio form, come to YouTube real quick so you can look at this E30 and let us know what body kit this is.
It's fly, dude.
But
It looks very cool.
it looks kind of like a whitish, like a bone color white. And that thing looks like just strictly a street car, I would assume. Right?
Oh, no, look.
Oh, that is a drift. Oh my God.
Dude, it's fucking-
caged in everything.
He's got
Dude.
2 drift cars.
Yeah, he has 2 drift cars. One's an
Did I
E90
did I
and
just miss
E92,
that,
and
or-
one is a fucking E30, and the E30 is as wide as your mom. It's fucking awesome.
fucking white as
Hot dog
shit.
in a hallway.
Dude, it's
The
awesome.
E30 is a 10 out of 10. I'm not the biggest fan of these body styles. I just
also
can't
think
get my head around
they
them.
just look kind of like,
It's like the Z thing, the mouse.
yeah, it just
There's no
looks-
good body kits for them yet. They just look like a computer mouse.
Computer mouse.
Z's do. Like they do. They're the same thing.
All right. So we're going to go with 10 for the E30. And, dude, everyone's going to start sending in all their project cars now because they're like, that gets you 2 runnings? Are you serious?
10.
I do 10 for the gray car. Dude, look at that thing, bro.
That's a
say
fucking
an
10.
Really? For the E30? Oh, I'm surprised.
So the hood vent's not matching, kind of throws it off for me.
What do you mean?
Do you see those 2 vents that are like white?
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I'm sure he got that painted fairly soon after that, but
Is it painted in the drifting picture?
I don't think the hood
They're
vents
not
aren't
in.
on that drifting picture.
I don't know. I think it looks weird without having both headlights showing on both sides. You know, like the normal.
Okay.
See, I think that's
fair.
cool.
I
It
can
looks
see that.
like muscle car-y. I don't know.
I don't know. The reason I'm
everything
jaded
else is just so
because of the other E30. The other E30 was.
The other
got a
E30
point.
was.
You got a
I think
point.
he's.
Okay.
That's the only reason. Other than that, I mean, the car's still hot. Don't get by.
Yeah, you got screwed there, buddy, with the other E30 in this bundle.
I think if I would have to give it, it'd be a 9. I can't do a 10 out of 10 because the other one.
All right.
I think I gave the other one a 9.
Well, shit, I'll give him a 9.5.
I was
then.
okay.
9.5.
Dawson's the.
Dawson's
Just
the
because you're
breaker.
missing headlights.
All right, and no one liked your black car, even though I bet that's your.
I mean, I'll give it.
I
give it a 7.5.
I think the E92s
it.
are good, but
See, I feel like these need to be longer a hair. We should do more than 5 or 6.
We did 6 cars.
I know. I'm saying. I think we should do like 10. 'Cause, dude, there's literally like hundreds. You don't understand. I mean, I know you know, but I'm telling you, I answer all the comments. There's hundreds, bro.
Oh, I know.
Hundreds, bro. They're just in my head. Please rate me, and I'm like,
If we did more, I mean, we're at 41. So if we did more than 5,
we could do like.
we'd
10.
be going on forever.
We're at what? That's 41 minutes, right?
Yeah, so we're at about an hour and a half recording time.
Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. You're right.
It's about an hour.
So
and
which
20,
one won?
technically.
Which one did you guys like? It came down to battle of the E30s. We got the one that tricked me, and I thought that those were actually
Was
events.
the other E30 a drift car?
did he? Okay, yeah. Did he have pictures of them drifting?
No, he does not.
He doesn't in this, but that doesn't mean they're not in there.
me
I'm telling
see-
you, dude. I fucking rifled through every picture, bro.
It's got drift car fitment.
Yeah, I mean it's wider than the fender. Look,
The camera's all up front, zeroed out in the back.
I'm sure it's a drift car.
It's got to be.
Let's just say they are. Which one do you like more? One with two
All right,
headlights,
well, if
or
we're
one
going with
I like
the
that
purple
one.
E30 being a drift car and then the white E30 being a drift car too, I'm definitely picking the purple.
If I
There's
was
no
the
doubt
bed
about
man,
that.
I would say the other E30's engine bay is not that clean.
Think so? All right. So we have the contestants are Shane Parker and Adam Milan. Both of you need to send in your engine bays. Feel free to go ahead and start a group thread so that I can talk shit to both of you at once. And then we will figure. Yeah. We'll just fuck it. We'll just do all of us. We'll just get in there and start a chat, and then we'll figure out who actually won. It came down to pretty much a tie because both cars are really nice.
Dude, okay, so
I think
for
that's
the
a good
rating,
idea.
instead of doing it in the comments here on YouTube, what I think we
On the
should do is
story.
a poll with the stories.
So end up with 2, and then put it on the story and let the people vote.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
that
for
would be
that.
fucking perfect.
All right, I'm for that.
I literally just thought about that on the spot.
All right, you can just DM me personally at my personal Instagram, and I'll still talk shit to you.
Well, hell yeah. All right, so that was it.
Back to
Okay.
you. Yeah, that's it.
Well, just we ask everybody this. So, what's one piece of advice you'd give to anybody that's just getting into drifting? Doesn't matter the circumstance. Just
Make friends.
Agree.
what do you mean by elaborate a little bit on that?
I solo drifted for a while because when I got into it, my buddy Raymond basically was getting out of it. So for like 2 or 3 years, I didn't have any friends, and I'll just show up solo, drift, and drive home. And I didn't have a truck or trailer then, so it was really scary. But making friends, like when I made friends with Cameron, I mean, just having a support system there really helps. If you don't have a tool, someone else has a tool. So that's probably the biggest part to me with drifting is the community, and the more friends you get there, the better it is, better time.
Agree. My
That was
car,
a good ass piece of advice.
my car would never be where it's at without my buddies.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. My car wouldn't
100%.
look as good as it did because of Cody and all the body work. He was there to help me every step of the way. And I mean, Tiller machined my camber plates for me. I mean, there's
That's dope.
It all matters.
Yes,
the
it
little
all
pieces
matters.
matter.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Big
Agree
time.
there.
Oh yeah. Well, you got anything else you want to say?
no, I think I had a great time on here, and I hope everyone watches to the end because this place is awesome, and y'all are gonna grow so much.
I hope so.
Appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
I hope
You're
you do
welcome back
too.
anytime. Hey, make sure you go tag Human Rahimi on
Yes.
YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and make sure you make fun of him as hard as possible to convince him to come onto the podcast. I don't particularly care what you say to him. Little context, he rides bicycles, and he thinks that I hate cyclists. I don't think he listens to this, so make sure you use all of that context to convince him to come on the podcast. He did say he was going to cycle here.
And make sure you remind them that it's live.
Yeah, it's live.
Vlog it,
Bro, it's live. Dude,
Insert Nate's meme here.
yeah. Dude, talk about scrambling though. Straight up, that day when that happened, we were fucking like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah, we found
yeah.
somebody ASAP.
Yeah, messed us up a little.
But all right, well, again, go ahead, go down a little bit and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and drop a comment. This fucking weekly content. It's free. Just hit the buttons. Do it, please. And if you want to support the podcast, go ahead and drop down to the link below and grab some merch, hoodies, t-shirts, and stickers, phone cases, all that stuff I mentioned in the beginning. But where can they find you at?
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Weekender Garage. Go hit the subscribe button. I got merch too.
And I'll leave them linked in the description as well to
Oh, yeah.
kind of make it easier on you guys. But that's pretty much it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.